EVE Online is a massive universe sandbox. It's the biggest single shard free-to-play MMO ever made. Let me start by saying that if you have even just a little patience, a thirst for knowledge, you're interested in an active and very engaged community with a really good, helpful attitude for beginners, and you're looking for a new game to call home, this could quite possibly be your answer. In this video I'm going to talk you through my own experiences in my first hours playing EVE Online. I'll tell you about the things I love about the game and some of the challenges I've faced so far. I'll also talk about how the game feels. I find that is an important part of gaming, which a lot of reviews seem to miss out. If you enjoy the video guys and find it useful, then please do me a favour and drop a like or comment to let me know. It really helps with the channel. It helps to continue its growth. Also, stick around until the end. If you find this video interesting and you want to try out EVE Online, then, courtesy of EVE Online's really good Recruit a Friend program, I can give you access to some in-game bonuses to get you started. I'll tell you more about that shortly. Okay, so EVE Online is a PC only game, but as my own PC, which is well over 10 years old, will tell you, it's surprisingly gentle when it comes to the minimum requirements. You'll be able to run it on almost anything. EVE's universe is called New Eden, and is made up of over 7,000 star systems. You play as a Capsuleer and have the potential to be anything you want within the sandbox. This includes an explorer, a trader, builder, fighter, pirate, commander and loads more. Progress, at least initially, feels really quick. I've already got my hands on 4 different ships which have different specialisms. I've learned how to navigate from one system to another, how to trade, how to outfit my ships and how to fight. Well, the basics at least. When you start the game you get to create your own character. The character creator is actually pretty detailed at face value, and for a game which was released around 17 years ago, it's seriously impressive. You'll then be given a very brief tutorial which talks you through the absolute basics of getting from one place to another and a few of the menus you'll need to navigate. It will also take you to your first space station. After that you're advised to pick up your own story with The Agency, which is the equivalent of an early game quest menu. You can then go and pick a general profession you'd like to dig into. These include business, exploration, industry or military career paths. Again, these will expand as you go through the various quest lines. By picking any of these quest lines you are not committing to anything at all. You can do them all to get a taste without limiting you or boxing you into one choice or another. You'll start the game in the safe zone, and exactly where you start is based on which of the 4 houses you pick your character to originate from. But beyond that, your choice of house does not seem to limit you in any way. You have the ability to learn to fly ships from any area of the game and you can go anywhere you want. Safe zones are basically areas of space which are governed and policed by Concord. You can, if you choose to do so, open fire on any other player at will, but doing so in the safe zone is likely to get you gunned down by the enforcers. There are of course less safe areas in space which do not fall within the safe zone. Out there in the dark you're completely on your own unless you've formed some in-game friendships. Different areas in space have a 1.0 all the way down to a 0 rating. This will give you an indication of how active Concord are in that region. Out in the 0.0 area, known as nullsec, you're on your own. These areas of space could be completely empty or could be guarded by other players. Out in nullsec you could decide to prey on other Capsuleers if you wanted to, stealing cargo and blowing other players out of the void. You should be careful who you pick a fight with though. You can spend your entire time in the game in the safe areas if you like. You can make a very good living by mining and trading on the in-game market, hauling items from one area of space to another for a profit. You could choose to fight in a PvE environment too, making your money from bounties and quests. You could even choose to be a bounty hunter, looking out for other players with a price on their head. However, eventually you may wish to spread your wings and take some risks, engage with the communities and perhaps even venture into nullsec. It's governed by other players themselves. There are areas in game which are very high risk but come with a high reward. So in my first hours of gameplay I've followed the exploration agency path and the military one. I've earned myself new ships and gear to equip them with. I've even had one of the GMs reach out to me while I was busy figuring things out. We had a quick chat and he sent me some gifts in the post. The combat in the game is strategic. It's not turn-based, it's all in real time, but it's less about your own skill and accuracy and more about in-game knowledge. You have to know at what range your gun's damage falls off and the optimal range for you to engage in combat. Eventually you'll become aware of the optimal range of enemy ships and ways to either tank their damage or make them miss you. You can fit your ships out with shields or more armour, scanning probes, shield boosters, armour repair modules and a whole range of different weapons and ammunition. The progression system is really well designed. There is a ship tree which gives you a feel for how to progress to the ships you want, and their own specialisms and the skills you'll need to fly them. You'll need to learn these skills in order to equip certain items or fly some of the different ships in the game. The skill system is also done in real time. You set a skill into the queue and your Capsuleer will learn that skill over a set period of time, whether you're in game or not. This is one of the things I really love about EVE Online. First of all, it's free to play. They have set the game up so well on that front. You can jump in right now and you won't have to pay a penny to take a look. If you do decide to pay, then they have either a subscription service which will take you from alpha to omega status and grant you bonuses in the time it takes to learn your skills. It will also give you access to more advanced skills which realistically you'll only need if you're going to play the game seriously. They have an app too which allows you to monitor your skill training. You can line the skills up in a queue so they're making progress even when you're not in the game. If you do choose to upgrade to Omega, you'll be able to manage your skills too and set new skills to learn from the app. Over the course of your first 2 weeks in game, you'll be given daily rewards for jumping in. I assume that this, along with the input from the GM I spoke to, is an effort to get players to stick around in game for long enough to figure a few things out. If you don't mind spending a little real money, then you can do things like give your skill training a boost, which may sound like a pay to win type of system, but honestly, it's really not in a game like this. The reality is that the bigger in-game skills can take days and weeks to train up to in real time. Having the option to boost this is very valuable and does not automatically mean you'll win anything. The beauty of EVE is that everything in the game is accessible with the in-game currency or with time. There are two currencies, ISK and Plex. ISK is the currency you'll earn in the game for things like quests or trading. Plex is the real money currency system that you can buy. One amazing feature is that you can even buy Plex from other players. This means that if real money is no issue for you, then you can buy the Plex currency with your hard-earned dollars from the EVE website and sell it using the in-game market to other players who have enough in-game currency to afford it. If real money is no issue, then you can sell your Plex and earn yourself a huge injection of ISK to get you started. Alternatively, if, like me, real money isn't something really you want to spend, if you get good at the game, then you can make enough ISK to go on the market and buy the Plex so you can upgrade your own account. This means that if you're good enough in the game, you'll never have to spend any real money. You can earn the ISK and use it to upgrade your account. The downside to EVE is that at first it's bewildering. After the tutorials you're pretty much on your own and there are so many options to choose from and a ridiculous amount of things to learn. You'll need to figure out what you want to spend your time doing in the game and look into the skills you want your Capsuleer to learn, which will enable you to do them. You'll need to decide how you want to make your money in the game. Do you want to be a miner, a drug dealer, a pirate hunter, a spy or a corporation leader with a clan of your own real players to form up with? The level of the depths of this game is staggering, and you'll need some patience in order to learn. The graphics are impressive and the audio for the game is wonderful. I love the music and the computerized voices of your ship.
Autopilot engaged.
The atmosphere of the game is calming and you can spend hours and hours just chilling and chatting to other players if you want, or you can go hunting for an adrenaline rush. Personally, I'd say that if any of this sounds interesting, then you should definitely give it a try. It's free to play, so there is no downside. Just don't expect to be an expert on the first day. This game is beautiful, staggering, and the scope will blow your mind at first, but given some time it's accessible and very, very rewarding. This could easily become your new home if you wanted it to. Or it could just be a game to play on the side, checking in to skill up your Capsuleer and then go off to play other games, knowing that your Capsuleer is leveling up while you're away. If you like the idea of giving the game a try, there is a link in the description you can use to sign up. If you do decide to use that link, it will get you 1 million skill points to allocate as you see fit and a full month of EVE's Omega package, which basically means you get full access to the paid for benefits without spending a penny. This doesn't commit you to anything either. If you want to continue to play for free after this time, you can. Full disclosure, if you do use the link to sign up, I will also receive some benefits. I don't get paid, but I will earn some time on the paid package myself and some skins for my ships in the game. I've also left my in-game username in the description too, in case you join up and you want to say hi. Leave me a like and comment if you don't mind, sub if you're new. I'll wrap it up there. I hope you found this useful. Thank you for watching, take care, stay safe, bye bye now.